Welcome to another edition of the Paranormal News Hour. I'm your co-host, Tom Spitaleri. Bill's back. Bill, how we doing?
Great.
Oh, it's been, we took the month of January off. It was not a good month. It was January.
December and January.
Yeah. It was a little snowy, cold, the holidays, and of course, we just got dumped on another 20 inches of snow on top of what we already had on the ground. It has been a exciting season. I'm going to quickly go over things, and then we got some breaking news we want to discuss. Huge breaking news. So this year started off with a bang. We've already done 2 cases. We'll be wrapping up a case real soon, and we'll see what happened with the other case. So we've already started off with 2 cases, actually 3. One I haven't really gone over with you. I know we talked it over the other show, but the incidents, and we did talk about it going to a case recently, the incidents on interstate, I won't say where, but on an interstate, where there's been a lot of accidents from like 1 to 3 a.m. and the people are saying they see something crossing the road, they end up to avoid it, and boom, they're into an accident.
You know, they told you they want you investigated.
Right, so we'll be looking into that. But I got called out one night on this, and this is kind of breaking news. On my way home, I see this weird thing in the sky as I'm turning up my street. And I look over to the left, I'm driving down my road, and it goes right over the behind me, my house. And then it cuts over the roof of the house, it goes across the street, and then disappears, after the eye can't see it. So that was an interesting thing. And why I wanted to lead off with that, and we'll get back to Essex County news, is the biggest breaking news of the day. This is a non-political show. I want to make sure we get that straight.
Right.
Everybody has the right to believe what they want to believe, but breaking news in the last day or so, depending on what station you listen to, what news source you listen to, some say it broke yesterday, some say it's breaking today, but we're going to break it today here on the Paranormal News Hour. President Donald Trump has announced that he wants more disclosure on UFOs. So let's see where this goes. The last Disclosure Act
and an alien UFO disclosure on UFOs plus aliens.
Yes. The last time they did this release, it was a joke. We had on a ufologist, a local ufologist, and I've had ufologists on ever since on the Paranormal Zone podcast, which is a weekly show. You guys should tune into that. Check that out on YouTube page at Lawrence Community Access TV or Paranormal NH or Essex County Ghost Project. I do put them up after we're done. They had like 125, 130 official sightings since 1960. This was around 2019, 2020. I thought was a joke because there's over 120 sightings in Rockingham County each year. Now, whether they're accurate or do people think they see something that it's a drone, that's another story. But there's at least a minimum of 120 plus unidentified flying objects, whether it's a drone, whether it's a space balloon, whether it's a UFO, it doesn't really matter. It's an unidentified
planet. It could be a planet.
Right, could be a planet, could be anything. We really don't, comet, space junk dropping, anything. But it's an unidentified object. So that's the breaking news today. He's supposed to release this information. I'm waiting for it to go, and then we'll analyze it and see where it goes. Because we know there's stuff out there. Right, Bill?
Right.
So, I mean, what is out there? We know there might be reptilians, there may be this, they may be that. I don't want any problems with the cameras today, so we're not going to go into species, because every time I go into species on my other show, the phone shut off on the people. They don't know why, it just hang up, and I have to keep going till we get them back on. That's for the podcast show.
Right.
But coming up soon, there'll be some breaking news about Essex County. Probably the next episode, we're going to be talking about a brand new project. It's been in the works for a while. It's already been in motion. The project's moving, but we're going to have some people on from the project to talk about the project itself.
Right.
But that's the next episode. But as far as this episode is concerned, I want to ask you, Bill, do you think the government reports are accurate, or you think they just want them to be as...
All the government reports are all covered up. They cover everything up. All right? Actually, if you look at the Senate and Congress, half want disclosure, half doesn't want disclosure. So there's a big fight going on. How much they can report to the public about it. From what I know, is they've been here for thousands of years, maybe even millions, okay?
Right.
As far as I know, from whistleblowers, secondhand whistleblowers, somebody told them and then they tell us. And there's first people that to know about it, okay?
Yeah.
You got first degree whistleblowers. They're there. They were actually there, not just been told about it. Okay. So we know there's retrieval. There's retrieval teams since 1955. After Roswell, there's retrieval teams going to get the flying saucers that crash, bringing them to S4 close by to Area 51. And they reverse engineered the ships, the scientists, physicists, engineers. They're all reverse engineer the thing. Which they want is the propulsion system, the anti-gravity propulsion system that all of them uses, okay? So they have to reverse engineer that too and put it in there. And the first ones were in 1980 and 1990s. They were the triangle type ships being seen. All right, those were built by us. And they have anti-gravity in it, too. Those were built by us, by Raytheon and another company. They were the ones that built that first, okay? And then another company started building the flying saucers in 2000, the round type. You got the round type saucers, those were built by another company in California, okay? And they have anti-gravity too, system in there.
Now, Bill, quick question.
And they have warp speed. They can go from 1 to 10 warp speed. We don't have jump speed yet, our jump engines, okay? Aliens do have the jump in. We don't have the jump. We have warp. They're more advanced than us, so they have the jump engines. So their technology is way advanced than ours, of course, with the jump type engines they have inside of it. As far as we know, with the 76 different types of alien races here, okay? We also know that they have places in the ocean, where they have bases in the ocean, because people see them flying out of the water, or even going into the water. So they got the bases there, and they're real deep. They're probably 2,000-3,000 feet down. So nobody knows that they're there, because they're too far down. Nobody's going to go that deep.
No.
So we're way down there. We know they have bases here, all right, on land. Alien bases here too, all right? Sometimes they see them coming out of the mountains, S4, flying out of there. But that's the reason they do it at night, so it's hard to see them at night. So most everything's done at night at Area 51 and S4, okay? And we know from Native Americans, Indians, that If you go in their caves and stuff, you see flying saucers. They drew what they saw inside there. You go back to the ancient Egypt and stuff, right? They had stargates. All this technology was not from us, of course. It was from the aliens that brought it here.
Mm-hmm.
So we got stargates in Egypt, too. So what would you want to say, Tom?
So why don't we explain to the, if you can, anti-gravity machine or
Anti-gravity propulsion?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what you got is you got mercury, and it spins around, and you got electricity going through it, and it makes a plasma. And this propels the gravity. Of course, there's no gravity in space. Okay?
Right.
You're weightless. Everything floats if you're in space. But on different planets and stuff, like in Jupiter, I think your weight is like 10 times on Jupiter that is here, because it's bigger. There's more pull from the ground. So your weight's going to go way up. You probably weigh 1,000 pounds. If you're like, say if you're 200, you probably weigh 1,000 on Jupiter.
Okay.
Okay. So they spin around, and like Bob Lazar said, they had element 115. They discovered that recently. Before they thought he was a fool because they didn't have element 115 on the periodic table, but now they do. They discovered it.
Right.
Okay, element 115 they use to propel anti-gravity, which pushes off, so you're weightless. Okay, so they use that propulsion system. Well, actually, everything that's alien and reverse engineer has anti-gravity in it. That's why they can go to one spot, stop, and go to the other spot instantly, almost like instantly, to your eyes, because they have the anti-gravity. If you had rockets, they ain't gonna do it. No way. You have to have a long elliptical field going around. So you're not gonna go instantly one direction, then in the same direction back. You have to go swing around, way around to come around in a rocket. So that ain't gonna do it. And mostly that stuff that you see here and then it shoots up and disappears, because that's going interdimensional. Okay?
Right.
And these advanced aliens, we don't have that technology yet, but the aliens do. They can open up portals, disappear in them. They can generate their own field to make a portal, so they can disappear in it. Mm-hmm. So you see it here, shoots off, bang, it's gone. Where did it go? Well, it went into a portal. They opened it up, and they disappeared in the portal. That means they can go back in time. That means they can go forward in time. Okay? If you get that anti-gravity, you're going to be able to go forwards and backwards in time. So they can go back in time and forward. Matter of fact, like 30 million years ago, they found footprints, right? In the rock. It was soft then. Somebody stepped in it, maybe an alien or something, and they left their footprint. And it turned into rock after millions of years, and they found how the footprints get there. Of course, they were there.
Right.
An alien footprint. Okay? So we know that they were back millions of years. You go to the caves in Rome and stuff, and they find all kinds of stuff. They drew the alien with like a helmet on.
Right.
These people drew what they saw.
Exactly.
Okay? The same in Egypt. When you see those alligators, why did they drew things with alligators? Because they were alligators.
Right.
They were reptilians.
Yes.
Aliens. So that's what they drew, what they saw. Reptilian aliens, they brought that technology to Egypt. Okay? So you see it on the walls and all over. Okay? So that explains the anti-gravity. So they reverse the anti-gravity and they put it in their triangle type ships and then the round ships. Why is a saucer type, why do they like the saucer type? Because it's the best thing for outer space. Mm-hmm. The best shape to fly through space is round. Now on planets it isn't, because it wobbles. If you go like 3,000 miles an hour, the ship goes like this, it wobbles because we have an atmosphere.
Right.
In space, there's no atmosphere. So we have an atmosphere, so the thing goes like this, 2 or 3. They don't want to go past 3,000 miles an hour. They'll go like this, crazy, because there's atmosphere here causing the wobble. But in space, you can go, you can go at the speed of light or faster, and it doesn't bother you because there's no atmosphere, except when you land on a planet.
Right.
And it's got atmosphere. If it has an atmosphere, that's it. By the way, we found water on the moon. Remember they said there's no water on the moon?
Yes.
Well, there is. Remember they said there's no water on Mars?
There is.
Oh, they come out and said there
Well,
is.
they also, the other night I heard that there's is it Mars? Or one of those planets, they now believe that one of the rings has a planet in it.
Okay. Well, we know Saturn has rings.
Maybe it was Saturn they were talking about.
Well, Saturn
I
has
caught it on
rings.
the news.
We know
I
that
missed
Uranus
it.
has rings. You can't see them.
No.
You
But
need
somewhere in the gas rings they found
another planet?
Another planet.
Exoplanet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know that other stars in a universe, they have planets circulating. Some of them are just like Earth. The atmosphere, I don't know about the atmosphere, but I know it's like Earth. Almost the same size and stuff. So we know that. Okay?
Well, that's always good news. We know what's out. Someone knows what's out there at least.
Well, listen to this. They know in 5 billion years the sun's going to blow up. It's going to use all its fuel up, and it's going to be a red giant. It's going to blow up, destroy all the planets in our solar system,
Yeah.
and just a red giant.
Right. We'll be there to see it.
All right. If you got a blue star is like 100 times bigger than our sun. Our sun's a yellow star. The blue star blows up, it becomes supernova, and it forms a black hole. After it blows up, it sucks in everything in the universe in it, and it becomes a black hole. Okay. So we know that. So 5 billion years from now, we already used 5 billion years up. So most of the material on the sun is burnt up. So we have to get out. We have to get off this planet if we're still around. If we don't blow, if we don't start a war and blow the whole world up, with all the bombs we got, atomic nitrogen, hydrogen.
All
bombs.
those, yeah.
All right. If we survive, we have to go to another planet. We can't stay on here if it's going to blow up. We have to go to another galaxy or whatever, away from this one. But we're not going to be around, so what do we care, right?
Well, you
We're
never
not going
know.
to be here 5 billion years.
No, we won't be.
But our ancestors will.
Right.
Like I said, if we don't blow the whole world up. So we have to get off this planet. The scientists know that the sun is going to burn out all the material that's burning up on there. It's all in plasma. And eventually the gravity is going to win, and it's going to collapse on itself and become a red giant, and all the planets were burnt up in our solar system. So
Yes.
we know we have to get off this planet eventually. So, that's Elon Musk. What does he want to go to Mars for? Remember he says he's building a spaceship to go there?
Yeah.
He wants people to go there, a one-way trip, and live there. So the children born on Mars will be Martians if we get there. That's his goal, is to send another group to Mars and start another, because they figure, what if an asteroid or a comet hits the Earth and destroys the Earth? Everything on Earth is dead.
Well, we had that happen once.
Yeah. We
Couple
had one
of
in
dinosaurs.
Arizona.
Yeah.
The big meteor, 3 miles wide, hit the Earth. And they think that's caused the dinosaurs' extinction. I don't know if that's true, but it seems feasible. That caused the sun to be black. All the soil and the atmosphere blocked the sun out. Plants died. The animals that eat the plants, they died because there's no plants to eat. And the ones that ate the other animals, carnivorous animals, they died because there's no plant animals to eat.
Right.
So they all get wiped out. So, okay.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. And then there'll be nothing left.
Nothing left.
Nothing left at all. Another thing that's happened, well, over the time we were off the air for a little bit, because of everything going on, was this Looks like that A3 Atlas missed us, huh?
We figure that they think there's aliens inside that, but
What's your opinion of it? My opinion is I don't know what it is. I mean, it splits, it moves. Is it alien made? Is it space made? Was it a comet?
well, if
I
you
really don't
listen
know.
to psychics, they'll tell you. They can go inside and look. They looked inside there and said there's aliens inside that. That's not because it's got its own propulsion. It speeds up and slows down. A meteor, a comet, or an asteroid does not speed up and slow down. This speeds up and slows down, so it has its own propulsion system in it. So we know that. Once it reaches, say if it's going 130,000 miles an hour, all right? It's not going to slow down 110
No.
or 90,000 miles. It's not going to speed up. It's going to go the same speed until it crashes into something. Crashes
gonna
into
look a lot
the planet
different,
and
yeah.
the asteroid. But it's going to stay at that speed until it crashes into something. Go into the sun, burn up. So we know that for a fact. So I don't know if President Trump's going to come out and say that. But I hope he just tells that we were visited. We are being visited, and we got alien bases here on Earth. Of course, we have bases too, you know that.
Right.
They built hundreds of bases on Earth. And plus, I don't know, we got 120, I think, bases just in North America. All connected by tunnels underground. Okay. They did the most tunneling underground at night. Mm-hmm. Well, people are asleep, so they do the tunneling.
Yeah, no, I find...
We know for a fact that Denver, underneath the airport, there's a whole city under there that the government owns. Time of war, that's where they're going to go. Mm-hmm. Senators, congressmen, not us.
No.
We're sitting ducks. We have nowhere to go. But they're going to go inside the thing. Elon Musk has his own city. Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, he has his own city in Hawaii he built. Cost him hundreds of billions of dollars. He built an underground city for him and all his friends and stuff to go in there. If we ever, start a war or something. That's where they'll all go. Us, where we're going to go? Nowhere. So our luck ran out.
No,
we
it's...
can't go underground.
No.
They can.
Yeah, it's come quite interesting out there with all the new disclosure stuff going on. I have to wonder, and I've always wondered this, it's almost proof perf now that I've talked to so many people, we've interviewed so many people on this show and other shows I have, and I've listened to other podcasts where I know it's far-fetched, but they're living among us for sure.
Oh yeah, there's some aliens just look like us.
Yeah,
Okay,
they do.
they could be walking by you in the street and you wouldn't even know it was an alien.
No.
But some look like us. Okay, like I said, there's tall grays, shark grays, there's reptilians, insectoids. They look like an insect. Okay, everything you saw in Men in Black is true. What they were seeing, all those different
Right.
alien beings you saw. People laughing at, it's science fiction. It's not. We got 76 different races, and then we're showing you the truth. But nobody just thought it was science fiction, fantasy. Look at all the aliens. But they were just showing you the truth. So when it comes out, I don't know if he's going to say that we have 76 different alien races here. Some are benevolent, some are malevolent. Some are bad, some are good. We know that some are cannibalistic. They eat other races. We know that for a fact. They'll eat us, of course, if they can get a hold of us. You'll be dinner for them. They had something going on in the Twilight Zone about that. They were flying people from Earth to another planet, and they had a book But when somebody reversed what it says in it, and it says it's a cookbook. To serve man is to serve you as dinner to them. The book was serve man. It was science fiction, but it was supposed to be science fiction, but it's real. And I don't know how Rod Serling got a hold of that information, that there are cannibalistic races out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 90% of the races are benevolent, and they come to help us. There's another 10% that don't like us. They consider us very primitive, and they want to kill us or whatever. So, but the other 10%, the other 90% are protecting us right now from that 10% that want to destroy us. So we're very fortunate in that.
Yeah, that we are.
Yeah.
I mean,
So hopefully President Trump tells we got UFOs are real and aliens are here on Earth, and that's it. That's all you have to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the people that. Because they're not going to believe anything until the government, which I don't care for the government. I don't believe anything they say, okay? Because they cover everything up.
Right.
Since Roswell, they've been covering it up. You know, weather balloons, dummies, all this stuff. They've been covering up all the stuff. You know, they denied it for so long. Then they come out, okay, Roswell was true. Most of the people that wrote about it, they know that there was 3 crashes, not just one. The one in Roswell, the one in the mountain, and one like maybe 30 miles south of Roswell that crashed. So there's 3.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They brought the retrieval guys in. They cleaned it all up, took everything, brought it to Wright-Patterson's Air Force Base here in Dayton, Ohio. They went there for 2 weeks. They had bodies too. There was 4 bodies. One was alive, the other 3 were dead. All right, then they brought bodies, and the alien, he's dead now, of course. But back then, he was alive. So they brought him to Area 51, went to the laboratories underground, studied him, studied the Roswell crash, retrieval ships, UFO ships. And then they brought it to S4 to reverse engineer it, to build their own. So that's where we are today. We know all that stuff. Why? Because of the whistleblowers coming out. Mm-hmm. You know, and the first-hand whistleblowers that they were actually on the retrieval team doing it.
Right.
So that's right from the horse's mouth.
Yes,
right?
And you're not going to get better.
And that guy the guy that was on the retrieval, he's dying. He got radiation poison. They didn't tell him a big thing that they wanted the helicopter to come down, pick up, and take it. So he come down and picked up the object, like a square object. It was radioactive, and it got inside the ship. And everybody, inside the helicopter, everybody in there got radioactive poisoning. This guy's dying. So he has nothing to lose.
No.
They're not going to kill him because he's dying anyways.
Right, exactly.
For whistleblowing, they don't like whistleblowers, the government, you know. They like to take people out that tell the truth. They can.
Yeah, that's what they like to do if they can get away with it.
Yeah, well, they want to shut your mouth up.
Yeah.
You know? They don't want people to know about it. And how you do that, you get rid of the person. Either threaten them, bribe them, blackmail them. 3 or 4 ways you can get somebody to do what you want. The last resort is I'll kill your whole family, and then I'll kill you. So, and the president has to watch out because they can threaten him too.
Yes.
They don't want him to say, a lot. But those 2 things he's got to say. UFOs are real, and aliens have been on Earth. So aliens are real too. That's it. He doesn't have to say anything else. As long as people know that, they're afraid that religion will get, involved in it. Because it doesn't say anything about aliens in the Bible, stuff like that.
Right. So people who follow the Bible may not believe.
Yeah.
And then they got to find out.
That's why half of it doesn't want it, told to to the public. But people in paranormal and stuff, they know about all that stuff. They know it's all real.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to add something, Tom?
At this point, it's very difficult to know what is really out there at this point. But I will say this, what I have seen around here in the Merrimack Valley, southern New Hampshire, and the mountains of New Hampshire, and on the interstates, I've actually had a fly over my car on 495 once before. Something weird flew right over the car. It was low flying. I mean, if I wasn't driving 65 miles an hour, the car I had a sunroof, if I could stand up, I could probably touch it. Not that I'd want to, because we don't know what it is, but I had this ball of light coming as I'm going 495.
It could be a drone from a ship, UFO, because they have drones too.
So when I was coming down 495, going home from the New Hampshire seacoast one night many years ago, right near where the driving, where that ski slope used to be in Amesbury Playfield. But I was coming towards Lawrence, so I was going southbound.
You can see that on 495.
Right. Yes, it's no longer that. They've now built up the area. They got it all turned over. Yeah. But I saw this ball of light coming, so I'm going 495 south coming from the beach area. Mm-hmm. All right. I had just left work. Right. I mean, it wasn't like I was out or anything or out, partying or whatever. Just left work coming on 495, and this thing went literally right over. I see it coming down. I'm driving. It came out of nowhere, like we're gonna crash, and it went right over the top of the car. And of course, when I looked in the rearview mirror, it was gone.
Disappeared. And
then coming down Route 16 more than once, Route 16 and 302 up in the White Mountains, where 302 crosses over, is coming down Route 16 north near Storyland, coming down, so heading south. Yeah, it was probably around 8, 9 o'clock at night. It was dark out. It wasn't like summertime. Like it was more like March, April, somewhere. It gets dark earlier. But it was 8 o'clock-ish, 9-ish. This thing went, so Route 16 bends like this, and then 302 heads north, okay? I'm coming this way. Boom. Right down 302 to 16. Something flew right across the sky. I've seen them in Sandown, in the Sandown
Triangle. If it's real low, it's not a weather balloon,
right.
You know that.
And then I saw 2 hot dog shapes in Sandown, right in the Sandown Triangle. Right. So I do believe they're out there. I believe there is cover up. And I think they're trying not to scare the people.
Right.
I think that's their real reason behind it.
All the religious people of the world.
Right. There's a great story in the Ossipee Triangle. There's underwater caves out there that they see these flying things flying out of the Ossipee Lake, Little Ossipee and Big Ossipee.
Well, most of them from the ocean, but there are lakes too.
Right.
That are deep, like 800, 900 feet.
Right. Ossipee Lake isn't that deep, but there have been sightings on Ossipee Lake. I'm trying to remember the lake difference there.
Most likely, if it's not real deep, it's not an underground city or anything.
No, but just outside the Ossipee Lake, they had found a cornucopia of about 300 bodies.
You can, like Lake Winnipesaukee, you could have that. It's 900 feet spots.
Yes.
So you could have a satellite thing underneath there for ships.
Right.
But it's real deep, 900 feet.
Correct.
And it's kind of murky, so you ain't going to see too good.
No, you're not. I'm just trying to find Ossipee.
Oh, how deep do you think the Ossipee Lake is?
Oh, here it is.
100 feet?
It's a volcanic lake.
Does it say how deep it is in spots?
I didn't write it down.
50?
It's probably 50 to 100 feet deep.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a volcanic lake where UFO, paranormal, cryptid, everything's been seen, including a lake monster.
Yeah.
And no, I don't have the exact, I thought I did in my notes here, but I
They're not going to
don't.
build a satellite under there.
No,
Satellite city.
but there's been sightings in that area for hundreds of years in the Ossipee Triangle. But I do find it interesting, and why I find all this stuff interesting, Bill, let's go into a little bit bigger here, okay? So we have the Bridgewater Triangle,
Right.
which we've done many a shows on. We have the Ossipee Triangle,
Ossipee.
which is nearly impossible. So that's been broken down. Salem, Wyndham, Derry, I broke it into. Also, the Sandown Triangle area, okay.
Bennington,
Bennington in Vermont.
Vermont.
All these areas have the same stuff going on. So there's UFOs, there's cryptids, there's paranormal, and there's anything that goes bump into the night.
And if you listen to the psychics, they'll tell you it's all related.
Right.
The psychics say it,
Yeah.
not just somebody in the street.
No.
These are psychics that tell you that all that is related.
Right.
It seems like it's not, but if the psychics connect the dots, and they can see that all this is
Well,
related.
over the years, I've connected the dots with maps on walls, and I've pinned where we've investigated stories I read that seem authentic, that I can see. I mean, I read a lot of paranormal books, do a lot of research. If I see the same story over and over again, written by different people I trust, and they're all pretty much on the, I mean, nobody's going to copy each other because it's illegal, but as long as the meat and potatoes is accurate, I pin it on the map.
There's a map on Facebook that you can see for the Bigfoot, and it shows you North America, and it shows you where the areas where Bigfoot is concentrated. You know, mostly in California and in the Northwest.
Right. We also have them up this way.
Pennsylvania.
In the Ossipee Triangle, okay, that was coined by Lauren Coleman in 1978. Give him credit where credit is due. It goes from Salem to Jackson, back down to Somersworth, back to Salem, New Hampshire. So if you're familiar with a map of New Hampshire, it's to the right of 93. 93 is kind of almost in the middle, not quite the middle of New Hampshire, but close enough.
Yeah.
And you look to the right-hand side of the map, and it goes right up to Jackson, down to Somersworth.
Yeah.
Also cited in that area have been lake monsters, Bigfoot, dogmen. We actually had a guy on the Paranormal Zone talking about dogmen being sighted in southern New Hampshire, Greenland, Dover area, which isn't too far from where we are right now, at the James R. Ross Memorial Studios, high above Jesse's Diner.
Yeah, the only thing we lack is photographic evidence.
Yes, there's not a lot of
When you
photographic
see it, you're
evidence.
so astounded that you forget to take a picture. You
I
look
mean-
at it, it's gone. The time you get
Right.
the camera out, the thing has disappeared. So you
Even
gotta-
me, who's a seasoned investigator, I see the thing in the sky. I go grab my camera. It doesn't take long to get the thing out. But by the time you do it,
It's gone.
you're more at all looking at it. Even me as a seasoned investigator trying to get,
It startles you
yeah,
when you see it. So
right. So these areas, these hot spots, these flap areas, as God rest his soul, Paulino used to call them, flap areas, these areas of high interest.
high strangeness.
High strangeness. There's a connection, because I don't think you can have one without the other, to be honest with you. That's my opinion. And I think they're all interconnected one way or another. And I believe even Bigfoot, Birdman, Dogman, Dogma, whatever, you know, whatever you want to call all these cryptids out there, I think some of them are also interdimensional.
Well, majority are.
Yeah, because, like, you know, you read an account of Bigfoot in the Ossipee Triangle.
That's why you're not going to get any.
Right. He's been seen up a mountain. So, but then people will go up there and climb, get their ropes. It takes them a long time to get up there. They get up there and they look down and go, "Where the hell did this thing gonna win?" If it fall off the mountain, if you fall off a mountain, we're gonna die. But you're gonna scream, aren't you? Even if you fall off a building or fall off a ladder, you're gonna scream. Not gonna die from maybe falling off. Well, you never know how far you fall. But no matter how far you fall, if I climbed on this table that's in front of me right now, and I fell off of it, I'm not going to scream forever, but I'm going to, if I hit the floor, which I would, I'm probably going to say something to scream. Yeah. Imagine falling off a 1,400 footer and not screaming.
Right.
You're going to hear that up in the mountains because there's nothing out there. You're going to hear a growl. You're going to hear a scream.
Yes, Bigfoot is 100% interdimensional. Disappears. A portal opens up, it jumps through and it's gone. Okay? They're interdimensional. And if you listen to Bigfoot experts, they don't know.
No.
They're not, as far as I'm concerned, they're not experts because they don't know that these things are interdimensional, and that's why they disappear. They come through it, they come here, then they disappear. Footprints go, bang, they're gone. Yeah, because the portal opens up and they jump through it.
Right, and they're gone.
So we got portals all around the earth that open up. Okay? Sedona in Arizona, there's a portal. The Indians tell you not to go in a certain valley because there's a portal. You go in that portal, you disappear. You're not coming back if you go in one of those portals. Okay? So the Indians tell you not to go there. I would listen to them. I wouldn't go in there because they told you not to go in it.
Yeah, because they know they know their history. They know it.
They know the history. They know portals exist.
Right.
You know, these are natural portals. Okay? We have the collider, the super collider in Switzerland. Mm-hmm. All right, they can open portals. They got trillions of electron volts to open portals up.
Right.
In other dimensions. Okay? And whistleblowers said they're opening dimensions at the collider. Now, these are man-made portals that we're opening up, but it takes 6 trillion volts to open it up. Mm-hmm. It takes a tremendous amount of power to open up that portal.
Right.
Okay? Most of the portals on Earth, all right, are small, microscopic portals. The only thing they let through is energy. You know, like light, gamma rays, X-rays, stuff like that can get through. But nothing physical with mass can get through it. Mm-hmm. These millions of them open up and they close all around the Earth. We know that.
Right.
There's a few natural portals that open up and you can go inside of it, but you're not coming back. So you don't want to go inside a portal. If one of a shaman tells you not to go there, you don't go there. Because he knows what's there.
Right.
A lot of people that disappear, probably they go into portals. Every year there's missing people. They go in the forest, they disappear, nobody knows where they went. What, an animal ate them? There's no blood or anything, so no evidence where they went. So they must have went in, they accidentally walked into a portal, disappear, and that's it. You're not going to hear from them again. So we know this for a fact that all these portals are real, okay? And we can open up portals in Geneva, Switzerland, in the Super Collider.
Well, even in the paranormal, we deal with portals in people's homes all the time.
Well, those portals are energy portals. They open up. Mm-hmm. But the only thing is, you got to watch out for the gamma rays.
Right.
If gamma rays comes out and hit you, it can poison you. You know, you get poison, and you could get tumors and stuff. It could kill you. You get tumors in your lung from it. So that's the only thing you got to watch out for portals. Is you can get, they're very dangerous for us.
Right.
To be around because of the gamma rays and beta rays come out of it.
I mean,
we have nothing to detect it.
No.
We don't. The government has ways to detect. We don't. It costs millions of dollars for the equipment to detect it.
Well, just look at the moving portal we have at Hilldale, for example. I mean, we picked that up, you know, the energy with the K2, it was in the middle of nowhere, basically. You know, that girl picked it up, then you went over it with your equipment. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's there when we get there, sometimes it isn't.
It's not.
I mean, they keep moving, that thing keeps moving on. That's a small portal.
Yeah, there's some portals that are stationary, there's some that move.
Right.
Move around.
And this happens.
The one that Marcy got in that cemetery, that was a moving portal.
Right.
They got her friend there who was on the team. He got it on camera. It shows you the portal moving.
Yeah, you can check that out at Karen Mossie's
You can go to her website.
website.
And
Check that out because it's real
she
interesting.
shows it as a portal. She hasn't got it since though. They found it once, but they haven't discovered it since. So people go there and try to discover it, but so far I haven't heard anybody saying they discovered the portal there.
Right,
It
neither
must
have
have,
I.
not from one thing, incident, then it disappeared and it's gone now. So, but it was there. That's the main thing, is that portal was opening up inside that cemetery, moving around. And it was an energy portal, you know, X-rays, infrared, ultraviolet rays coming through it, but not anything with mass like us coming through it. You can't go in it and you can't go out of it.
No, but spirits go in and out of it.
Well, you could have spirits go in the portal and out.
And that's what makes this one at Hilldale even more interesting because where it's located and everything else. So, I mean, that's, you know, and we've dealt with them in private home investigations throughout the area.
Well, that one in Haverhill what happened to me,
Yes.
you know, the tri-field got stuck.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's never happened
Yeah.
before.
And then my electromagnetic field detector got drained out, drained all the energy out of it. When I went out of the room, the electromagnetic field came back. The battery came back to life after I went out of the room. The same with the tri-field. When that needle got stuck, when I went out of the room, it went back to normal. So whatever's in there, I say it's a portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It probably isn't.
Two things can cause something like that. All right, a portal or the bending of space-time. And I think it was a portal.
Well, that
In my
would make
opinion.
that would make the most sense considering what's going on in that house.
But you can't get the same effects through bending of space-time. Einstein's bending of space-time can cause that. Okay. I don't want to go into the stuff, but that's all they have to know is that.
No, it's it is interesting.
And that whole place was all wired different.
Yes.
Whoever wired that place, they wired it wrong because it was high. It was over 100 milligauss of energy coming from electromagnetic field. It's real high, 100.
Yes.
I mean, I could feel it. Could you feel it in there?
Oh yeah, you could definitely feel it.
You
Yeah.
can feel a difference on your body. That something's wrong.
Yeah, we've had a few cases like
Yeah.
that. That's not the
That's
only
because
one,
the
yeah.
EMF fields were so high.
Right.
And I imagine all the apartments in that building were like
We're
that.
through the roof.
Yeah. You'd have to wire the whole thing to get rid of it. And then the guy that owns it ain't gonna do it.
No, not
So
at
you're
all.
gonna stay in it and wonder why you're getting sick or whatever.
Right.
Because you're in high EMF fields. Day and night. You know?
Yes, I mean it's what makes this so interesting because you don't know what is out there, what's causing this. We know we go to a house, you have the meters, I got meters. We can see what's high. The meter's going to tell us if the EMFs are high, the electric magnetic fields, the K2, the Gauss meters, the RF meter you got, the other meters you got. That's going to tell us what's going on. The meters I have, okay, it's high. Great. Now we got to figure out why. And when it's that high, you're going to have portals to the other side.
Most times, 90% of the time, it's the wiring and
Yes.
the walls that's causing it. So we know.
Right, and in the old homes, they take that old wiring and they then mend it to the copper piping, and now you really got yourself an issue.
Right. That's all you have. In that incident, all you do is take that wire off and ground it, and that will go away.
Right.
The EMF fields in the house will all go away once you ground that wire to a steel beam into the ground,
Yes,
and it goes into the ground.
and it's properly grounded. Then you're all set.
Sort of like a weather vane. When you
Yeah.
put one on, the electricity, when lightning hits it, it goes into the ground because there's a wire that goes into the ground. It's grounded. So instead of hitting the house, the electricity will hit the weather vane, go through the wire into the ground, and save the house from burning up.
Right.
So That's why they put the weather vanes.
It's out there to save the barns and the homes from going boom.
Yeah, weather vanes on barns too. Instead of burning up, the lightning hits it, causes fire. Yeah.
And you never know what can happen. But that's what makes, helping people when we go into these cases more interesting. It doesn't matter what case we're working on. And sometimes they all overlap. You never know what we're going to find when we go to a house, how much energy. We got a train wreck of energy, and I don't mean a train wreck like a train wreck, but a train wreck of energy of different reasons why. So it makes it real interesting. And, when you go into these flap areas like the Ossipee or the Sandown or the Canosa Triangle, and you're having the same things, water, volcanic remains from thousands of years ago, the turning of the river during the Laurentine Ice Glacier, which was over 1,000 years ago. All this stuff creates energy, all these moving parts, and the more moving parts we have, the more energy there is out there. And, that's why we have all the issues we have, and that's why it takes a mountain to go through evidence and figure out what we have and the reasons why. I mean, it's not just we run into your house and we run all these meters and we run around and we take photographs and then we go home. Okay, right. That's what you see on TV.
Now, we did the beehive.
Yes.
In New Hampshire, okay? People don't realize before you go into something like that, like a hole in the ground, it's like a cave, before you go in there, you gotta check for radiation.
Correct.
Because some of them have radiation, and that could affect you. So you got to check before you go inside. You got to check the radiation. If you got a Geiger counter, I got an instrument that can check for radiation. It's not a Geiger counter, but it can check for it. Alpha, beta, gamma, and X-rays it checks. So I can check it before we go in.
Right.
If it registers, we don't go in it.
No.
The beehive, I checked it. We could go in it. Because there was no radiation in there, radioactive.
Right, and like a lot of stone structures with radiation and everything else.
Well, there is radiation background, but it's harmless.
Correct.
You're always going to get radiation background wherever you go. Okay, because rocks are going to have some radiation in it. So it's going to give off particles.
So the beehive, we don't know the age of.
No, we have to go back there and check it out because I want to check it with my, what do you call it?
There's a lot more than
my metal detector.
There's a lot more than the Danville Beehive. We're working on
Maybe we'll go there in April if the snow melts.
We're working on a private case with another stone structure in the person's yard. Once the snow melts, we'll be back to that house.
Yeah.
But these stone structures are all over New England. And
some are private, some can go in.
Most of them are private. The Danville Beehive is probably the best, smallest one around to go look at because it's free. It's real easy to find. It's right next to the DPW yard in Danville. So if you put that in your GPS, the DPW yard, you park in front, there's a little walking trail, and there's little signs that say Danville Beehive. Just follow it in. You only have to walk in, 5 minutes from the car, not even, and you're there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty much, if you want to be a billy goat and go straight up the hill, you'll be there from the parking lot. Yeah. But you got to kind of, if you want to go in the easier way instead of going up the hill, you're basically doing this. Yep, right there. You go to the top of the beehive and look down, you'll see your car. You're just saving yourself a walk. It's a little bit walker this way, longer, but at least you don't have to go mountain climbing if you're not in the shape to do it.
Yeah.
So it's an unknown age and origin, the beehive. There was some iron and quartz in the area, some sulfur.
Well, there's 2 quartz inside there, white quartz. You can see in the wall. It's white.
Right.
So it's 2 quartz.
Some say it's roughly 2,800 years old. And then, of course, I know this, when you're dating stones.
Carbon dating.
Right. When you're dating stone structures, it's give or take 400 years.
Yeah. Well, you can't, if it's, mostly you find that in like dead wood or something.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do it in stone.
No, no,
There's no carbon. There's no carbon in stone, so.
no. And it could be either Druids, Vikings, Native American.
Yeah.
It's a hard call.
Druids, Vikings,
It really is. It's
Phoenicians,
Phoenicians.
yeah. All these Egyptians, who knows? Somebody came here and built these beehives all across the well, you got, not just here in Massachusetts, but other areas too have beehives.
Right. There are beehives all over New England. All over New England.
Yeah, you
I
find
mean,
them some in Maine and
yeah.
Vermont.
There were white quartz in there. So, you know, it's a very interesting location. And again, we got to go back to do some more work, but we got to wait till the 40 inches of snow disappears.
Snow disappears before we get in there. Use my metal detector and stuff.
Well, the other thing I want to news on breaking news is it's kind of the snow has kind of put a grip on the paranormal for a while. As I've announced, I haven't fully announced this yet,
Yeah.
but Bill, you didn't know much about this. I announced this on another show earlier today with you, I mean, another community. But Essex County Ghost Project was going to announce the largest investigation into the Hockomock Swamp.
When are you going to invite other teams?
Other teams coordinated in.
Yeah.
But I was planning something in April very quietly. I'm not going to even give out how we were going to do this. When the plan was to go live with the other teams during the daytime and everything else. I have a whole bunch of sites to hit all at once with different groups. All right. But due to the fact of the weather, and they got over 40 inches of snow, so there's probably about 60 inches of snow on the ground down there.
Right.
It has now been postponed. Not indefinite, but postponed.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to give you guys the heads up on that.
Yeah, well, we can't go down in May because of the bugs.
Bugs, and it's still going to be
It'll
soaking
have to be
wet.
September or something.
Yeah, it's going to be soaking wet.
Yeah.
Probably won't dry out till June.
We don't want to get mosquitoes and
No,
stuff.
June or July by the time it
Equine
dries out.
encephalitis, all that
Yeah.
stuff will be going on. I don't want to
Oh, yeah.
get bit by the mosquitoes.
No. So, but we are planning something that's never been done before. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be inviting some of the public down if you want to join us for investigations.
We'll let you know about
We'll
that.
let you know about it as it gets closer. All right, Bill. Well, we're coming to the end of this show. Wow.
Okay.
Great show.
Good
I want to
show.
thank you for coming on, co-hosting again. So we got some great shows lined up for this year coming up, Bill. We got a lot of great events coming up this year.
Yeah.
Some new events, some more talks. We've already done talks this year. It's been a very busy beginning of the year.
Right.
I've never had so much activity in the Essex County as long as I've had Essex County, close to 20 years. So I'm very excited about this year. It is the 250th anniversary of America. So that's even, you know, we're very happy.
July.
In July.
Yeah,
Yep.
250.
And Essex County will be celebrating that with the Lawrence Heritage State Park on July 4th. Come on down for a free breakfast and a free lunch and a reading of the Constitution. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and today. I'm heading back to the crypt to relax.
Night, everybody.
The crypt keeper's heading back to the crypt. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening, and we'll see you in the paranormal.